show to the world that yes, we are different, we don't look the same, but we are part of this society. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Humbled does not do justice to all the feelings and emotions I'm currently going through as I'm standing here before you all. Thank you, Forbes Middle East Healthcare Summit, for inviting me and allowing me to say a few words. Hopefully it won't be too boring, too long, or too emotional. I'm sure many of you here don't know who I am, which is quite fine. So if I may, let me assume what thoughts are currently going through your mind while you see me like walking with a prosthetic leg. So some of you will say, oh, she's an amputee. Others will say, will be a little bit more curious, like what happened to her. Some people will feel some pity, and some people will be inspired. So now, if I may, let me introduce myself the way I see fit. First and foremost, I'm a woman with 3 limbs or no limbs at all. I'm still a woman. I'm a mother to an incredible miracle boy, and I'm a daughter to the definition of a heroine. I have a twin sister, identical, and I have 4 siblings. I would like to believe that there is more to me than what meets the eye. I'm blessed to be raised among 4 siblings. They are my backbone, they are my unbreakable circle. I know that no matter what, that they will be always there for me. I studied computer science engineering, which is completely different than what I'm currently doing. I used to not be able to give 2 minutes of talk or presentation, and now I give speeches to hundreds of people. Which is a skill that I learned along the way. I studied fashion design after I graduated. In London, I took few courses, and I was about to start my brand until life as I know it changed in a blink of an eye. On June 15, 2018, I was 6 months pregnant. I had a terrible accident and lost my leg on the spot, but my unborn son was miraculously saved. He's staying with me, by the way, here at the hotel. He's in the kids club. He's 5 years old now. The second day, a doctor came to the ICU and told me, Rania, you'll never be able to walk again. And guess what I heard? I did not listen to that. I heard that your life now is a past tense. There is no more life in the future. So I officially lost everything. I got so depressed, angry, frustrated. I couldn't talk or call anyone. The first 6 months were the hardest, from pain to not being able to move. I was sleeping in an air mattress bed, so it's very difficult time. I had over 30 surgeries while still pregnant. And I started to question everything, like, how will I resume my life? How will I face the world? Will I be able to walk again? How will I be a mom? This, on its own, comes with a set of challenges. But on August, this is my son. He was 1 month old. So on August 29, 2018, I gave birth to a healthy miracle baby boy who changed my whole life. When my eyes saw him for the first time, I remember I smiled. That was my first smile in 3 months. He gave me a sense of purpose. He was my reason. And he made me question the meaning of being complete. So he was literally my turning point. So a few months passed. I was discharged from the hospital, and I traveled across the world to have my first prosthetic leg done, and in 2 weeks' time, I was able to walk. So remember the doctor that told me like it's impossible for you to walk, because I do represent 1% of the population of amputees. My case is quite rare. So the chances are people, they just ditch their prosthetic leg and use crutches instead. But I was very determined that I really want to walk. And yes, in 2 weeks' time, I was able to walk. So during these 2 years, hopping from one content to the other to continue my medical journey, I had lots of surgeries after that because I wanted to change the way the prosthetic fits me. So there was a new technology that allowed me to connect the prosthetic leg directly to the bone, which is called osseointegration. And it didn't turn out well. I stayed for a whole year in pain. I was in and out hospitals in the UAE, and I decided later that I need to undo what I did. So I did 5 surgeries to remove an implant, and then went back to the first option, which is wearing the prosthetic leg with using much more energy and feeling the weight of it, but it was a safer option rather than surgeries and infections. So I realized during these 2 years that people perceive people with disability as they are unable. But disable does not mean enable, because people with disabilities, they can achieve so much. They can be athletes, they can earn degrees, they can get married, they can break stereotypes, they can be artists, they can dream big and achieve big. And that's when I decided that I want to start my page on Instagram in an attempt to normalize how people look at people with disability, and to show the world that there is much more to us than just being labeled as a person with a disability. So it was time to say goodbye to long garments and throw the shame out of the door and start to face the world, because I think what stops us most is shame. Shame from any, doesn't have to be, because in my case it's showing, but people, they don't show lots of sides of themselves because of shame. And I don't need to be adapting to the society without them having to adapt to me as well. Why would I? I realize that this in itself will steal from my time, will delay my progress, and will make me focus and give much more power to people over me. So I wanted my message to be loud and clear, so I created colored covers. Like in each month, I would change the color of my leg. I have it purple, I have it pink, I have it red, and I started to do the opposite of what I used to do. I want people to look at it. I purposely choose short clothes for people to stare at it, because I believe that the more people will look at it, the more they won't notice it anymore. And it will give more room to people with disability as well to show up and to show to the world that yes, we are different, we don't look the same, but we are part of this society. We are not, doesn't mean that we are just a small number of people, therefore we don't have rights. No, we do have a right to exist in the society. And we've seen everywhere that people with disabilities can achieve big, from sports to business, which indicates that people with disabilities are capable and they are very productive. We have our challenges. Sometimes we do things in 3 steps instead of 1 step, but we make it done. We come from point A to point B. Yesterday, I came here walking, and for me, it was a long walk. Today, I called the concierge. I told them I want a buggy to drive me here. And here I am standing. What does it make? What's the difference? There is no difference. At the end, I came here, I'm attending, I'm giving a talk to beautiful people looking at me right now. So yes, it doesn't matter. The mean does not matter as much as the goal that is being met. So including people with disability means including them and give them equal access in education, in services, in jobs, and also, and also ensuring equality in treating people with disabilities with respect and admiration rather than pity and shame. Because our kind of disability, I'm talking about my group of people, is quite visible. But does that mean that other people, they don't have other things that they're hiding? It does not mean that ours, that we have to put in front of the world. But some people, they struggle with depression or mental illnesses or even other diseases, but it's not showing. So in our case, we don't have much choices. It's either we hide or we face it and fight. So one thing is for sure, I'm no longer the same person I used to be before the accident. This hardship purified and revealed the essence of who I am. I used to hold on to ideals that are not authentic to my true self. I was always so insecure and I lacked confidence before the accident, and that's because I used to wait for validations from people to define me. And I learned, I'm gonna skip this and come back again to the, okay. So I learned that you can be complete without being complete. So what means to me is that observing everyone around me, everyone is incomplete in a way or another, right? Why is that? Because we're humans. We're not supposed to be a finished product. We're not supposed to be perfect. We are always a work in progress. And I learned that everyone is fighting a battle we know nothing about. So perfection is a fallacy. It is not real, and it does not exist. When I see something that is too perfect, I don't believe it, honestly. Because there is nothing that is completely perfect. When I see pictures on Instagram and it delivers this kind of message to the world that my life is perfect, I'm so happy, it does not make sense. Life is about ups and downs. Life is about being happy in a moment, sad in a moment, angry in a moment, vulnerable in a moment. That's life. And I also learned that happiness is not a destination. The happy never ending that we were fed in Disney movies are not real. Happiness is a short emotional response that happens after an outcome. It tastes sweet, but it's very short. If I win, I'll be happy. If I get married, I'll be happy. If I get this car, I'll be happy. But the more we chase it, the unhappier we become, the more we are ungrateful to what we currently have. On the other side, joy is different. It is something constant, it is a work in progress. And when we feel that we enjoy the things, the smallest, the tiniest things, these are the things that actually makes someone happy and grateful. And finally, I learned to prioritize myself and focus on my journey, because I now know that if I focus a lot and I give a lot of power to people, that it will delay my progress, it will delay my goals, and yeah, now I need to focus on myself and everything else will unfold. So I just want to come in the middle. Can I have a mic? Okay. Is there a mic on the table here? Okay, خلاص, I'll finish here. So let me reintroduce myself. I'm Rania Hamed. I am a woman, partially bionic. I create life within me and a home around me. Everything I learned in life was through my darkest moments. We are much more than what meets the eye. We are more capable than what we think. We need to trust ourselves more, and the rest will follow. Thank you so much.